a mini website, you know? And I think to get a handle on what we're going to do here, we're going to have to do a little bit of planning to say like, well, what does the extension do? We're making a website. I don't know what that's going to look like yet. So I guess we should just get into this. Oh, that looks so cool. That's what's about to happen. It's hacking time. Yeah, baby. We got it. We got it. Hey guys, what's up? Let me get my screen up, kind of go through what we're going to be doing. And what I wanted to move on to today was doing the extension design. I've never made a real extension for Chrome. I've made some like fake ones where they were just service runners. I don't know what the limitations are on designing, and I don't think there's any limitation here. I don't think there's a size limitation. It looks like you're just throwing HTML and CSS at it. It looks like you can throw graphics at it. So it's a mini website. And again, we're not going to be able to do all the really fancy pants extension stuff. We're just going to be doing just a basic kind of content tracking system. All right, so we got our little notes here. I'm going to save this and start a new file here. I don't know how to design these things. Like, do you do especially like a giant web large thing? I guess I could like screenshot Chrome. All extensions look like this. I don't know if they have the hard border. They probably do. Can I change the background color here? I guess we'll just screenshot this. What's the button to get the window? Control Alt Shift print screen? No, I wanted more than just that. Anything on here for Pornhub? Oh, okay, smart. Good job, Past Greg. So I'm just gonna do like a visual match here to try to get a style on a box to look that way. So if you're logging in, we need to get a logo in here. Probably gonna go with this white mode and just slammy whammy that in. Little title here. All right, we'll just use source sans. So we have OmatumBucks, and I don't remember exactly what we called this. I think it was application token. That is just not a good looking font at that size. Let's go. There, okay. And then we're also gonna wanna have a sign up button. Probably right underneath it. If they're already signed up, then they enter the application token. Take this here and make that a dark color. Okay. Just do a little tiny, little teensy weensy drop shadow. There we go. All right, so now we need to make sure they can enter the application token. Now the token, I guess we'll probably have to have a little submit button too. The other option is you can look for a pattern on an input, and just like if it matches the pattern, just take it and send it off to the server and see if it resolves to something, right? Let's just pretend that goes in. I'm gonna put in one more of these. Oh boy. Put one more of these here to show what it's gonna look like when the token's typed in. So it's gonna be this big boy token. And we call it an account token. I keep losing my libraries. There we go. This is the button for libraries. Does that look, when you think of a library, is that the icon that you think of? For God's sake. All right, so we hit that, they hit this, we log them in. There's gonna be probably like a little thing happening when they log in. This on the screen. Probably we could put the easy way is just logging in like that while we're waiting for the server to say that they're logged in, right? Just do that, move this up here. I don't know if it will resize automatically. We could try. There must be some part of this that you have to ask for, right? No, just go ahead. Take as much as you want. Let's do a width of, oh boy, width of 200 pixels. Ooh, doesn't look like it wants to animate. Oh, but it does. It didn't want to animate the first time, but boy, howdy does she want to now. The most annoying Chrome extension ever, just keeps animating. So I think we can do this to, have like height changes and stuff like that as it logs in. We're making a tiny dashboard now. Okay, so on this screen, and that's way too spread out. What are you thinking? Online, offline, Twitch, a content tracker. The content tracker would show you new YouTube content. Okay, online, offline, Twitch. We definitely need the like daily spin. All right, so we end up with, because we end up with sort of like a homepagey thing. We have one global thing here. I think because of the nature of these things, you actually don't want to sidebar the left. You want to do a right rail. The things that we're gonna have is links that would go in the rail, probably the two things here on the bottom, then a permanent display on the screen for points, permanent display for the Twitch status. So I think we'll do the Twitch one first because it's going to come in the bottom and start anchoring out the design. I need to go grab the Twitch logos. I forget where I stuck these things. Let's go looking through my computer. Don't run into my weird shit, please. In you go. Oh, you had to open your own files? Is that for real? You had to do that? Is that the thing you had to do? I just need that for that color. Let me grab, well, we'll see. I'm gonna try it with this. I have an idea for that awesome blurple or whatever it's called. Take this, we're gonna go to HSB mode, which will let me move the color up a little bit without changing the hue unless I want to. And then copy pasta that thing. Do this, take that color back. Boop. Oh, too many things. Go to that color. Thank you. Looks like real. We'll fix it up. Look at that little line right there. Makes you feel like you're doing something with your life. Click to watch. Button. Just a little, like this whole thing's a button you can click. I think we just got our Twitch button and I think that looks pretty good. All right, so in order, points history, or we could say the history, I guess. Spin, content, products, and then these guys. All right, so let's get a little more line height here. They're buttons, right? So they need to space that out. How about that? And that way, maybe we could take this and do this with it. What just happened there? These are like the worst looking buttons they could ever exist. Let's take these and knock them down a little bit so we can have off states. And then we'll say you're looking at the history page, I guess. Go, change your color. Become this color. Thank you. But we could, like, again, build a little bit more in up top to show that points. Yeah, let's do that. Because if we sort of say this stuff in the rail will never change, right? Like this is permanente. Permanente, is that really a thing? Okay, Greg, just coming up with words again. You know what? Why don't I get rid of that? We're gonna do the currency display. Where did that come from? Where'd you come from, little guy? Were you important for this to be a shape? Like what happened here? Why is that not a group? That was supposed to be a group. What the F? Come on, I hit the group button. So the points are up top. I wonder if the points should be at the bottom. It just doesn't seem very anchored up here. I almost think that maybe that Twitch thing shouldn't push all the way over underneath this. Because if like that's big, if that's that size, and we're gonna have to bump this up to be bigger and maybe make this a little bit wider, that's much better. So I think like there's a temptation here to make this bigger, but I think it actually works better as this smaller break in between things. Works out a lot better. I'm looking for a table tool in here and I'm just missing it. Where in the world is table tool? Table? Oh boy. WikiHow? I think WikiHow is the way to go. Oh, there we go. Rectangle. Oh, you take the rectangle and then you split it into a grid. This seems real intuitive. You know when this is the way you make it, it's going to be gross. Let's do a to the margins box. Bring it all the way down. Make sure it's the right size. Got to be exactly the right size because I have a feeling that with Illustrator, it's going to be like once that table's made, it's made forever. So rows are the things that go up and down. Let's do 8. Try to get it in that 25 pixel thing. The gutters, the stuff around it, that's going to do that. Add the guides. Don't know what that does. Okay, so that shows us that one. Columns, I need 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. Can I resize this? This is the real question. Oh boy, that didn't even. Oh, Jesus. This is the way. This is what you thought you want me to do. All right, so our first row is going to be, let's get some colors in here. Let's start with a blue. We'll bring it back. There. So we can do that, and then we'll contrast the next one. Making tables in Illustrator totally sucks. Now, this is going to be the interesting thing. Like, I don't think we're going to be able to get good type alignment in here. So we're just going to type in and then get these fonts figured out a little bit better. All right, so now that we have that in there, we center, and now we can do some quick alignment on that. Boop, boop. All right, this is the description. Although the description might be a little cut off here, and then the amount, which we could probably just shorten down to AMT. Same here, we'll do DSC. The dates, let's start typing these in. What's the longest date we could have is probably 12/28, and then yeah, there we go. Okay, now the origins, these, I'm gonna type out the like 2 or 3 of these. Twitch is one. Our longest one is called, well, we have one called extension, we have one called redemption. Okay, now the descriptions, these are a little bit funky because we don't really know what they would say yet, but we can write one, just a little tiny bit of something for each one of these. I wonder if we even need the word origin. You kind of get it from the context. Oh boy, that font just not looking great. Okay, for the amount, I'm gonna push this. I'm gonna do the same thing with the amount. I'm gonna left flush it off of that grid line right there. I think we're gonna have to shorten out some of these things. So if they're over a certain threshold, they turn into K. Now let's go through and give a little more something to these so they're a little easier to see. That's not bad. That's not too bad at all. That might be even better. Just that little bit of italics to give it a little more texture. Now let's do our next one, which is our spin. You know what we should do is we should probably, on that first screen, we don't have to do it on all of them, but on the first one, let's show what it would look like if you had a spin available. Now, red isn't an alert color. We want like a happy color. Yeah, let's do that green. Available. Label. Is that how that word? That looks right. The spin's gonna be kind of hard. I want to give you guys a little like Wheel of Fortune kind of thing. You can spin and it's like and it lands on a number. Let's type this out. So what do we need on there? We need a range of points you could win. Well, so we'll have to figure out what that range is. Then I want one of the little ticks, a jackpot tick. And then I want a jackpot indicator. So the jackpot is going to be every time somebody spins this thing, the jackpot increases by 1 point. I like this a lot. I like this sort of just simple approach. I like that. I like the idea of putting pegs on it too. So you can be like, as it spins up. Editor, just cut that noise out. We need it for a sound effect later. Thanks. All right, let's see if I can get my Illustrator on right now and make this damn wheel. We could make this bigger for the spin. Like there's no reason you couldn't. It looks like the extensions let you do that. So let's just make it nice and big so we have some room for activities here. So I'm gonna go grab a logo out of here. We have this is the OmatumBucks.Cash logo. This is the OmatumBucks logo. This little guy is a little bit smaller. I don't think it would make sense to make this the spinner. The other thing is we could do that wheelie boy right there. Wheelie boy versus Hexy boy. We could pull it. I'm kind of wanting to do this. I'm kind of, now that I'm seeing it, I kind of want to do it. So it's happening. Grab that. Take it in here. Bingo, blango. So what I could do is kind of do this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to start up in that blue. It's going to go around like a clock. Probably a little title here that says like how the points work. It might be 2x. Might want to start at 2. 100. Ooh. That's a lot of points. That's like $1 of points. On the outer ring, you only get 1x or 1 times this. The little dots on the outside are going to be 1 times, period. The inner ring will put a second multiplier on it. So that'll get interesting. So I got to figure out how to write that out. Outer dots, 1 point. Outer ring, 1 point. The inner ring will be 10x, 10 point base. So that'd be 20, 30, 50, 100, 200, 1,000. Okay. We'll take that and we'll give this a little background. We could also do some fun stuff here to highlight them a little bit more. Take this, pull it back. There you go. Make it white. Is that white? No, you're not white. There we go. Yeah, why? Why would you think I needed that all the way over Illustrator? Why not just randomly stick them wherever you're going to go? All right, that's a little fancier, I guess, than it could be. Now, yeah, this is where it's going to be really hard for me, though. Is like, how in the world do I say this one versus this one, this one, this one, this one? immediately get banned from Twitch for creating a gambling platform that has nothing to do with gambling. All right, let me get some more space. And if I have that much room, well, we'll just do it like this. I was gonna say, if we have that much room, we could probably just do this all in one little groupie boy. So outer dots, outer hex, and then just this jackpot, I guess. Yeah. Not in love with the way that looks, but it's not too bad. All right, let's try this. So we'll do this just for indication because I don't really know how I would actually implement this yet. I don't think there's like any amount of design is going to make that less messy. Let me get rid of all this little stuff here. Why won't you line up? Why do you have to try to line up on that hex thing? Come on. Illustrator, just some days. I just want you to think about what somebody would want to do. Okay, let's get some of that texture in here. Make these a little bit darker. We could let this be the state for, yeah, like why don't we make this be like a thing that you can open and close? So then what we can do is use that space right there for the spin and the rewards and all that stuff. So a couple of things we can do now that we've got this in. We know that's about the amount of space we want for it. We'll pull this up a little bit. We'll have to make the next state of it. So now this is gonna be your actual spin screen. So you're gonna have to have a way to open up this part. Let's just see what happened. If we make that like an actual thing, it looks like this. Take that, make it white. And then we could take this and give it some corners. That could be kind of cool. You just like tap that, and once you tap it, it does this thing, like rolls right out. Could probably even just say just payouts. So what do we want to start with? I guess we'll start with a spin. I think that for that one, we probably want this centered up against this. We could do a little track into it. I think like lines to me, they just give me something. They give me something to play off of. I guess we could do thing here to say, well, we need to say, what is the progressive jackpot, right? So let's do that. We can start building off this thing. Perfect. All right, let's not make that such a hard thing to do. So we're just gonna do a little tap in like that to give it that. Okay, so now we have that there. We can probably double the pattern up over here. We're not gonna call it the Omatum pot. I'm saving that for another project. Please, let me. No, you want me to click at why do you think if I click on a drop shadow I want to select the element? This is like a $9 billion application. This is what they look like, folks. So the payout area might be like you spin, it goes, and then I would just say like maybe right here you won whatever. So we can show that on a different screen, and then we can also show that next spin in timer, which can probably just replace this button. So this would be, yeah, your static, like you're waiting for a spin thing. So we could do next spin. Am I gonna just make this easy mode? So we take this and maybe make it gray. Okay, so my question is like, do we want to do this like where we do beep, 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 beep. So I don't know how we're gonna go with that. But we could do the countdown. Like countdown code's really easy. It's just a lot for a little extension boy. So you can imagine they just spun. Or you want to see the spin for, I guess, today, right? Whatever the word is. So let's do one of these guys. Too much, too thick. 1 pixel, please. So this person just won 25 points. That's a happy win. Let's do greeny boy. Spin reward. Let's bring this up just a little bit. And then I want to show a breakdown of the spin reward. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Like it at least tells you how the hell you won your points. Middle hex is 5x. Green is 5 points. Yeah, baby. That's not bad. It's not great. Now we'll just say it's not great, but it's not bad. Well, we only got 2 more of these to go. So let's just, let's keep going on it. Okay. So this is our content thing. Now we've kind of found that this is probably a better size for this. So I might make this larger later. So we use this green up here. This says available, and maybe we can find another color for the content, or we can make it nag you. And we'll say like the actual number. There's 90 pieces of content you could go see. Okay, I got to think of like what is relevant to stick in here. This is going to be another one of these tables. Top part, number of activities you could do. Yeah, okay. So we need a little table. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 columns. Let's start with the top one. So a little thing to mark it as done, I guess. We have a thumbnail and then a title and then have you done these things? Well, one of these is gonna be watch time. Have you done, have you commented, have you liked or disliked? Okay, so we'll do a height of 30. So these thumbnails really aren't gonna be that big. I wanna use real data in this just because I think it's gonna bite me in the butt if I don't. Oh, what the, why? That was a copy. That was a I hit copy. Yeah, so we'll probably shrunk that. You know, I kind of want to make this a little bit wider. Because I just don't like how tight this is. That might be the ticket. Just bring it to 2 lines and just keep it tight. Okay, so here we'll do the duration, but we could do relative times. So we could say 0% of, or we could even just say 6M. Okay, we need something here that's like, yes, you watched it. Yes, you liked it. To not have to bring an icon kit in, I'm going to do this. Boop. And then we'll say, yes. Let's go a little bit smaller. So what we could do here is we could just make these all just a little bit taller. Bring this way down. Kind of less important information. That's going to drive me nuts. Let's just fix this. Yeah. Now you're a solid box. Now you're a real boy. So what would you want to do? Would you just say like a hide button? Just to get it out of here. I don't want to see this anymore. We're going to have 2 of these probably in a row that'll be in the same playlist. What we'll do is we'll do a little tap between them like that. Maybe 2 pixel tap to give them a little bit of space. We do need to have some stuff up here to say what's going on with this, right? Yeah, I think that's working. Now what we need to do is we need to say like, this is a playlist. Now you could just, I guess you could do it like hide all of these, but that's easier to do than anything else. So we'll just do that over here. And I think when it said like on this stuff where it's like hide all, I feel like these would collapse down within and open back up. So you could hide them, but it would only hide everything on, well, only hide everything underneath. I think we'll do something nice for the UI here and do like that. Oh boy. So that was the idea I had, but that's a no. Geez, I think that might be the whole thing because the products we're going to hold on, but it's just going to be on the list for now. I think that's it though. I mean, is there anything else we got to put on this screen? I don't think so. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna wrap it up right there. Thanks again for hanging out, and I will see you later.